Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel, Let's Get Luxe. I'm so happy you could join me today. As much as I hate being the bearer of bad news, I do like to keep myself informed, and I feel like I owe it to you to keep you informed as well. In this video, I'll be updating you about the recent Chanel price increase of November 1st, 2018, and providing some insights into why Chanel and some of the other fashion houses raise their prices so often. Before I delve into the details, just a couple of preliminary items. First, some of the bags that I'm going to be talking about today, I actually did find on the pre-loved market for less than what they're going for in the boutiques. I've linked some of those down below in the description box in case you're interested in checking it out. Second, I am kind of grappling with what to do with these price increases, so I would love to hear you in the comment section down below. Is this going to drive you guys to the pre-loved market, or is it just me? Is anyone else worried about the fact that I feel like I'm going to be priced out of the market by the time I actually decide to buy one of these bags? Is anyone else thinking about forgetting about real estate and just investing in Chanel bags because they go up in value so quickly and so much? Anyway, so after the Louis Vuitton price increase earlier this year, I started paying attention to the price increases at other fashion houses, including Chanel. As many of you know, Chanel has been increasing their prices in a rolling fashion throughout the year, including on some of their really popular items like the wallet on chain and the Gabrielle. And I am very sorry to report that Chanel has once again increased prices, including on some really popular bags, including some that are on my wish list. As you know, when a fashion house raises their prices, it can affect the pre-loved market as well. So I really am starting to wonder if I'm going to be priced out of these bags at some point. I don't know how long it takes for these changes to hit the pre-loved market, so maybe I'm already priced out, I don't know. But I also wanted to mention that Chanel has recently brought lawsuits against two popular consignment websites. So there is a chance, even if it seems highly unlikely, that Chanel bags will be less available even on the pre-loved market. Since I don't want this video to be too long, I'll do a second video that talks about the lawsuits by Chanel against The RealReal and What Goes Around Comes Around. Those suits definitely have the potential to impact those of us who are either interested in purchasing Chanel from the pre-loved market or interested in reselling our bags on the pre-loved market. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell if you're interested in seeing that video when it goes up. Okay, let's get to it. Here are the price increases. The first one I'll talk about is the Chanel boy bag increase. The Chanel small boy bag went up from $4,300 to $4,500, so that's an increase of 4.7%. The Chanel medium boy bag went up from $4,700 to $4,900, so that's an increase of 4.3%. The Chanel new medium boy bag went up from $5,200 to $5,400, that's a 3.8% increase. And the Chanel large boy bag went up $5,200 to $5,400, which is 3.8% increase. So all of these bags went up $200. Luckily, I guess, the wallet on chain did not go up in price, but I think that's because in January 2018, the wallet on chain went up 19%. So I guess it's safe from other increases at this particular moment. In case you're curious about that, in January it went up from $2,100 to $2,500. And that was for the Chanel Classic wallet on chain. The Chanel Boy wallet on chain actually went up as well, but only from $2,400 to $2,500, so a 4.2% increase. So here's the increase that really kills me because this is top of my wish list. This is definitely an aspirational bag for me, but the Classic flap went up a lot. So I'm gonna go through each bag individually, but as a rule, the Classic flaps went up $300 each this time, with the exception of the mini flap, which went up $200. So specifically, the Chanel mini flap bag went from $3,300 to $3,500. The Chanel small Classic flap bag went up from $4,700 to $5,000. The Chanel medium Classic flap, which is the one I particularly want, went up from $5,300 to $5,600. The Chanel Jumbo Classic flap went up from $5,900 to $6,200. The Chanel MAXI Classic flap went up from $6,400 to $6,700. Even more striking though is that most of these bags also saw a price increase on November 15th, 2017. So that's less than a year before this price increase. If you compare prices of the Classic flap bags now versus November 2017, we're seeing a really significant price increase. In November 2017, the prices of all these bags, except for the small Classic flap, went up anywhere from $200 to $500. So in less than a year, the mini flap has risen $400 or 12.9%. The medium Classic flap has risen $700 or 14.3%. A Jumbo Classic flap has risen $700 or 12.7%. And a MAXI Classic flap has also risen $700 or 11.7%. To be fair, there hadn't been a price increase on classic flaps since May 2014, so a price increase probably was due. But 2 increases in a year? It's just crazy to me how much these bags go up over time. I wish I'd bought one when I was working in a law firm and had no other real responsibilities. In 2009, a jumbo was only $26.95, which is still a lot of money for a bag. But now it's $6,200. In 2010, a medium classic was only $28.50, whereas now it's $5,600. Maybe I should buy one now before it reaches 10 grand. I don't know. Okay. Sorry, I'm obsessed with that one because that's number 1 on my wish list. But let's move on. So let's talk about the reissue. So the Chanel 225 reissue went up from $5,300 to $5,600. That's a 5.7% increase. The Chanel 226 reissue went up from $5,900 to $6,200. That's a 5.1% increase. The Chanel 227 went from $6,400 to $6,700, and that's a 4.7% increase. But this is another example of a bag that went up in November 2017 and then again less than a year later. So even though these reissues have only gone up $300 this time, if you look at it from November 2017 to November 2018, they've actually gone up $700 over the course of the year. So I'd be really curious to know from those of you who have these bags, do you think these bags are worth what they're going for now? Would you buy them again if you had to buy them at this price? To be honest, if a lot of you who already have these bags tell me that you love them and you would not think twice about buying them at these higher prices, I would be more likely to buy these bags myself. So what's a girl to do? Well, I usually advise people to check the pre-loved market. However, there's always the chance that Chanel's recent lawsuits are going to throw a wrench in that plan. For now, you can definitely still find Chanel on the pre-loved market, and as I mentioned, I linked some of those options down below. But I will definitely be keeping an eye on what happens with the pre-loved market because I'm really curious about what the implications are. Okay, so now that we've gotten that ugliness out of the way, let's talk about why. So why the price increases? Now, of course, I can't say with certainty because I'm not the CEO of Chanel, but I do think there are several factors that play into it, and I'm sure a lot of you have already thought of these before. And also, obviously, it's all about the bottom line. But to dig just a little bit deeper than that, first, and to be fair to Chanel, costs do increase over time. So things like materials and labor are going to increase, and of course Chanel is going to pass on those costs to the consumer. Second, for companies like Hermes and Louis Vuitton and Chanel and Gucci, higher prices drive exclusivity, and those prices help keep these companies on the pedestal of status symbols. They don't want everyone to be able to afford their bags. They want that exclusivity. So I'd be curious to know if that strategy is working on you. Does the increased sticker price make you want it more because it makes it more exclusive, or less because it crossed a line into being exorbitant? I feel like I want it the same. It hasn't really impacted how much I want it. It just has impacted my ability to get it. Third, and relatedly, it's a supply and demand thing. There is extremely high demand right now for Chanel items. People are on waiting lists. And the market isn't flooded with these items, so people are willing to pay higher prices to get what they want. Anyway, those are just a few things I was thinking about, and I'm sure there are a ton of other explanations as well, inflation. But if you're interested in this topic, I highly recommend you also watch the videos of Doc Luxury and Lux Purse Love, who are both amazing. In fact, Lux Purse Love was one of the first YouTubers I watched when I was getting interested in luxury bags. I don't own any Chanel handbags, so Doc Luxury and Lux Purse Love have a more informed perspective in terms of how these price increases are affecting current customers. And they also have really useful insights about whether they feel the Chanel quality and customer service is living up to the price increases, or should I say keeping up with the price increases. So I'll link those videos down below in the description box. So that's the update for now. Thank you so much for watching this video. Again, let me know if you like this information. If you are interested in Chanel price increases, I'll be sure to keep an eye on it and let you know when another one happens. And be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time.